Hello, everyone. Dr. Stacy here. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to finish up our 8-part advanced training series with you all today. So, if you have your book, grab it. I would love to hear your insights. Chapter 13 through 17, actually, would be the chapters that we're going to go over today. If you haven't seen the previous 7, they are posted in the Team Evolve page. They are pinned to the top. So if you go into the page and you click on the featured tab, you will see all 7 of the previous. And then, of course, today, after this is done, I will pop that number 8 in there so you guys will have all of them attached to the top of Team Evolve's Facebook page. Okay, so they're in the Facebook page. So let's dive right on in because I've got some things I want to go over with you today, this last day. Yes, I will be in Orlando, absolutely 100%. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there as well. So chapter 13 talks about getting into the right business. And I think you guys would probably all agree that you're in the right business with LifeWave. And I'm sure many of you have been in many of businesses over your lifetime that you felt weren't right businesses for you at the time. And maybe you're still in some of those businesses that you feel like are right. But we really want to talk today about doing things in the right way. Anyone can develop the tools, learn the skills, the strategies, learn the technology that's needed in this business. So we want to be able to help people duplicate what we are doing. And so by fostering these mental tools of your mind is what's going to put you and propel you in towards the direction of your goals and desires. So on the second page in that chapter at the top, he talks about learning as you go. So if you're not a doctor, if you're not a nurse, if you're not a scientist or an inventor in obviously your life, right? Like I wasn't before, doctor, PhD, but not medical doctor, definitely never invented anything in my life. I didn't get any brain cells to learn how to do that. I don't know where they are, but they didn't drop down in my brain when I was born. And so that I had to learn, right? I had to learn the technology. I had to learn about this, not the business model, but the product and how that worked. And I didn't learn it all overnight. I've learned it over years. So you learn as you go. But the key thing I want you to take away here is that doing what you want to do. If you want to be successful in LifeWave, doing what you want to do is life. And there is no real satisfaction in living if we're compelled to be forever doing something which we do not like to do or can never do what we want to do. So think about that. Do you like to do what you do every day in your job or in your life? If not, you're writing the story. Time to write another story, right? And maybe that's why you're doing LifeWave, is to write something in that you want to do. It's certain, this is key here, you guys. It's certain that you can do what you want to do. The desire to do it is proof. So if you want to do this, I want you to understand this. If you want to be successful in LifeWave, that desire right there is proof that you can do this. And the desire to do it is proof that you have within you the power that can do it. Desire is a manifestation of power. And I want you to write this down. Desire is a manifestation of power. Every time I read this book, every single time, that sentence gets me. And it's like, let me really think about what that means. Desire is a manifestation of power. And it took me a long time to figure it out. But if I have the desire, if I want to do this, then that's the power right there. That is the manifestation right there. And so that desire is all you need. So let's talk a little bit, a couple pages forward, where he talks a little bit about gratitude. Again, of course, there is a mind that knows all there is to know, and you can come into close unity with the mind by faith and purpose to advance in life if you have deep gratitude. Mistakes come from acting hastily, or from acting in fear or doubt, or in forgetfulness of the right motive, which is more life to all and less to none. So living in that place of gratitude is key. And if you have mistakes, it just means that you're acting in fear or doubt or forgetfulness of the right motive, which is that increase for everyone we're going to talk about here in just a minute. And again, in the state of gratitude. So go as fast as you can, but never hurry. Remember last week we talked about efficient action, maybe not multitasking, but staying present in the moment when you're doing something, whether it's sending messages or you're at a party or we're here right now, present in this moment. There's power in the present moment with intention and what you're putting your attention on. So go as fast as you can, but never hurry. And remember that in the moment you begin to hurry, you cease to be a creator and you start to become a competitor. So we don't want to be in that competitive plane, right? We're not in a hurry to compete to get there before somebody else. We're all on a journey, right? It's each individual person's journey. And the more you can stay in a state of gratitude with that unwavering faith and purpose, the faster you're going to get there with that focused intention, right? That desire. So in the next chapter 14, he talks about increase. Increase is what all men and women are seeking. It is the urge of the formless intelligence within them seeking fuller expression. The desire for increase is inherent in all of nature. It is the fundamental impulse of the universe. All human activities are based on the desire for increase, for people wanting more, right? More luxury, more travel, more clothes, more beauty, more knowledge, more pleasure, more of something in life. So Jesus sets this law of perpetual increase forth in the parable of the talents. Only those who gain more retain any. From him who has not shall be taken away, even that which he has. It's all about that increase and that desire for an abundant life. All men and women are attracted to those who can give them more of the means of life. Now, you guys have all heard about the law of attraction, and sometimes it gets this like, woo, like airy fairy, or people are like, oh, you're no believe in God because you understand the law of attraction, or you talk about the law of attraction. It's energy. And hopefully in LifeWave, you guys understand this more than anybody else. Everything is energy. Your energy, your vibration, your frequency, your desires, which are energy and frequency and vibration, attract people to you. Your desire for increase, desire for more, attracts more people to you. Contentment does not. Comfort does not. Competition does not. But keeping that energy, that vibe, that frequency that you carry at that optimal highest level, which is authenticity, right? Who you authentically are, what you're here to do, that purpose and that unwavering faith, that desire that you're going forth, that pulls people to you. I say this all the time. I have said this for over 20 years. When anyone locks into what they want, right? Which I've locked into what I want many times, probably on a daily basis. I'm locking into different things that I want to do and experience and be and give and all the things. People fall out of the sky. People fall out of the sky. I've said that for years. They will literally fall out of the sky. They will fall into your charts. They will fall into your life. They will fall into your businesses. They will become your business partners, your best friends, your new, next, everything you have been dreaming and praying for when you focus on increase. Living in the present moment, being efficient in your action in a state of gratitude and faith with unwavering faith for that purpose that you're here to do, people will be drawn to you. They are attracted to you. There is nothing airy-fairy about that. There's nothing new agey or weird about that. That is energy, right? It's like a magnet. You are the magnet. They're drawn to you because people want to be around people that are going places, that are increasing, that offer them the ability to increase. Brent and Trey had a conversation yesterday. Trey's, we've got a new place down by the water. And so Trey's been staying down there quite a bit. He's met some new people. And Brent was talking about the chain of events that took place. Brent and I finding, doing this and doing that. And then this guy and this. And, anyway, long story short, through a chain of events now last night, it kind of all culminated for Trey to where he realized that the things that we have done, the things that we've asked him to be a part of, have led to this massive opportunity for him to be surrounded around these these guys his age, young adults that are doing very well in their life. They're very successful. And so it's opening Trey's eyes and mind to other people that are his age, not in LifeWave, but in other businesses, many different businesses that are very successful, but at the same age. And so Brent was talking to him about being around, 5 people, right? You are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And he said, you don't want to be the top dog in those 5 people. And your 5 will change over the years, right? As you will grow and probably outgrow some of those people. But he said, you've just come into a position where now you are surrounded by 4 other young men that are doing better than you are, and you're doing really well for 20. But this is what you want to do. You want to surround yourself with people like this because you will rise up. It's the law of increase, right? They're going places. They've attracted you to them. You've attracted them to you. And in that whole realm of manifestation of your desires, this has brought it to this point. And it was like, whew, a light bulb went off. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have known this when I was 20. But anyway, that thought of increase impressed in the formless substance, right? Conveying the impression of advancement with everything you do, so that all people shall receive the impression that you are an advancing personality and that you advance all who you deal with and who deal with you. So giving that thought of increase helps to increase everyone else. That's the whole point of this Zoom, right? Collective consciousness. We're coming together for a common purpose to learn and to grow and to build. So we got to pop on here because I got sidetracked with that story. But you guys know all about the faith, right? And your words, keeping those words what you want, right? Adding value to people, giving more in value than you do in cash value than you're taking from them. So when you do that, when you give more to people than you're expecting in return, people say, what's my ROI? And I'm like, that is not the way this works. You give more in value than you expect in return in cash value, you'll never have a lack of customers or brand partners, right? There'll always be increase. Your business will increase rapidly, and you'll be surprised at the unexpected benefits that'll come to you if you focus on that. Be aware, though, don't try to have power over other people. We don't want to control people. Remember earlier in the book, we talked about our own will over ourselves. That's the only power we do, is exert that will over ourselves, not other people. So the mind that seeks for mastery over others is competitive, and the competitive mind is not creative. So we want to stay out of that and make sure you're always living by the golden rule. Chapter 15, no one has a greater opportunity to carry into effect the teaching of this book than, are you ready? Are you ready? This is all of you. No one has a better opportunity, a greater opportunity to carry into effect the teaching of this book than a practitioner of medicine. Now, you may be saying, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a practitioner, but you are a practitioner of medicine in this life technology company that you are a part of. You can call yourself whatever you want. Some people on my team call themselves regenerative health specialists or regenerative medicine specialists. So you can call yourself whatever you are. You are a practitioner of medicine with LifeWave. So it does not matter to which the various schools that you belong to or have or maybe have not. For the principle of healing is common to all of them and may be reached by all alike. The advancing man or woman in medicine who holds to a clear mental image of himself or herself as successful and who obeys the laws of faith, purpose, and gratitude will cure every curable disease or case he undertakes. That is powerful. And that is where you're sitting right now. On the next page at the bottom, he says, the law of increase of life is mathematically certain in operation as the law of gravity. Getting rich is an exact science. So put the power of success and the purpose to get rich into everything that you do. The person who is certain to advance is the one who is too big for his place, who has a clear concept of what he or she wants to be, who knows that he or she can become what they want to be, and who is determined to be what he or she wants to be. It's the confidence, right? That power of purpose is radiating from you. People are attracted to that. There is a power that never fails to present opportunity to the advancing personality who is moving in obedience to law. God cannot help helping you if you act in a certain way. He must do so in order to help himself. And it's all about that confidence and belief in yourself. Again, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be the expert David Schmidt, right? No one is. What's in that man's mind? We only wish we had it downloaded to a computer so we could all have access to that, right? But we have to have confidence and belief in where we are and where we're going. That is the magnet. That is the law of attraction that's bringing people to you in masses, right? With your faith. So the more who get rich on the creative plane, the better for others. And when you enter upon the creative plane of thought, you will rise above all things and become a citizen of the kingdom. But you have to be careful to guard your speech. Never admit the possibility of failure or speak in a way that interferes failure as a possibility. Never speak of the times as being hard or of business conditions being doubtful. Times may be hard, business may be doubtful for those who are on the competitive plane, but they are never so for you. You can create what you want, and you are above fear. When others are having a hard time in poor business, you'll find your greatest opportunities. Always speak in terms of advancement and never allow yourself to feel disappointed. So the last thing I want to leave you guys with, and this really takes me back to the last company that I was with when I was trying to promote up through the ranks of that company. And the owner of the company came in town to do a boot camp for me. And this is when I lived in Indiana. And she was, we were walking down the street. I'll never forget it like it was yesterday. We're walking down the street on our way to this boot camp down the sidewalk. And I was talking about hitting this next level. And it was called presidential. It was presidential diamond, not presidential director. And she said, that's the problem. Stop focusing on that next rank. You're not thinking big enough. And it was like a light bulb went off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it. I was just so focused on this next little jump in my business that I wasn't even looking beyond increase, bigger advancement beyond that. And it immediately clicked. And of course, then my whole business changed, right? So he says here, if you keep your faith and hold your purpose, have gratitude, and do every day all that can be done that day, doing each separate act in a successful manner, you will make a failure. And when you make a failure, it is because you have not asked for enough. So keep on, and a larger thing you are seeking will certainly come to you. Remember this. Go on in full faith and continue to study this book, but always think bigger. If you're a manager right now, then your next step is director, right? But are you so focused on director that you're not even seeing senior director or executive or presidential or SPD? When I got into LifeWave, I printed these off, right? We have the biz site. We still have the biz site. Manager, director, senior director. And I looked at these and I went, that's it? This is all the structure you have to have in this company? In order to be at the top of my last company, I had to have right at 1,500 brand partners, all in very specific strategic locations that took this and made it an entire wall of a whiteboard to be at the top of the company. No wonder I couldn't see it, right? I was like, oh my God, this is daunting when you put it all out there. LifeWave isn't structured that way. This is the structure you need. Why did it take me 3 weeks to do this structure? Zero, didn't know LifeWave existed, to 3 weeks later, senior director, done. Because I printed these off and I went, that's it? Okay, I can get 4 people in a second. I'm gonna, give me your credit card, give me your credit card, credit card. Let's go. Like, you have to have these products immediately. It's not an option. Okay, great. What is it? Don't really know yet, but it's stem cells. You have to have it. That's all I knew. It activates stem cells. It's a holy grail of healing. That's what stem cells are. I've been preaching stem cells for 23 years. You have to have this. Fine, give me your credit card. Okay, great. Now go find yourself 4 people to do that. That's what I told each of them. Go find yourself 4 people to do the exact same thing. That's all we have to do. Look at this. That's why this was done in 5 days. Director was done in 5 days because I told these people to go do that. 3 out of the 4 did it. 3 out of the 4 did it. And the only one that didn't do it was my husband, because strategically I wasn't going to build him in the beginning. And when we could obviously sign our husbands up almost 4 years ago, right? So I told those 4 to do it. 3 of them did it. So I went director in 5 days. 3 of the 4 were manager. That was it. And I said, okay, now you're going to go do the exact same. Well, it took another 2 weeks and a couple days in order to get to senior director. They did the exact same thing. This is not hard. This is easy. People fall out of the sky on these charts. Where did those people come from? Well, I made a list. I made a list, right? You guys saw that list back there. You guys saw those notebooks of lists, right? I made notebooks of lists. I wrote down my list of 100. They dropped out of the sky. Other ones did. They're like, what are you doing? I know you're doing something. What's going on with you? Something's changing. Wasn't posted on social media. It was an energy that I made a decision. I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell the world this product is going to change hundreds of thousands of people's lives. Everyone can afford this. This is a no-brainer. I'm in. And I wasn't going to be in network marketing ever again in my life. I had already made that decision. I was done. And God said, no, you're not. No, you're not. For the 3rd time, you are not opening that wellness center you have talked about opening for over 20 years. No, Stacy, you're going to do this because you got to get in front of more people. It's not about the ones that can come see you in the building. It's funny when I Zoom with like medical doctors, are like, where's your practice? And I'm like, the world. I'm not just helping a few hundred people or even a couple thousand that come through my doors and I don't even know who they are. I'm helping the world. I'm impacting people all over the globe. And they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah, and I make more a month than you make in a year. I don't say that out loud, right? I obviously don't say that to them, but it's like, gosh, the impact, the value you can add to people. This is easy. If you do not have your charts printed out, this is your mind map. This is your roadmap to senior presidential director and beyond. Because trust me, it does not stop there. Senior presidential director, that should be like your immediate goal. I'm going to get to SPD. Why? When they told me it was 200,000 in volume in a 4-week period of time, and I'm like, that's it. This structure and 200,000 in volume, that's it. Done. And so, yes, it took me a year to get there. Offline, no social media. I know I could get there a lot faster on social media, but I think I shared that with you guys last week. I wanted to make sure I didn't do any social media because I knew demographic wise, and I also knew the difficulty in social media. It's not easy unless you're on it and working it 24/7 and understand the algorithms and how it all works. So I wanted to build belly to belly. So yeah, it did take me a year doing in-person events, online Zooms, private, of course, everything. That year, that 1 year mark, I hit 200,000 GVU. This is what I want to share with you about increase. 1 year later, so I was SPD for 1 year total, so 2 years total in the business. My volume was over 1 million that month. And has never went below. It's always gone up, 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 up. So 200,000, and then 1 year later, it was 1 million in GVU in 4-week period. That's the power of increase. That's the power of collective consciousness and bringing more people on this journey with you that are like-minded. They are everywhere out there, everywhere. I Zoomed with a girl this morning and she said, everyone is so skeptical. You know, I wasn't. She said, I just jumped on board like this and took off just like you did. But she said, everyone I run into is so skeptical. They're not like me. They're all wanting to wait for results or see this or research more or do this. And I said, what if you stopped saying that? And what if you started saying, everyone is so ready now. Everyone I meet, everyone I talk to, they jump on board immediately just like I do. And you don't mention word of anyone that's skeptical or maybe needs to take more time or get their results or read the research or whatever else, because they don't really exist. Like they're there. And when you're ready, I'm here, but it doesn't matter to me, right? Because I'm always seeking more and people are seeking more. They find me. They always do. So it's in here. And I say this all the time, success or failure is in your head. None of us has ever arrived. Like no one has ever arrived. We're always learning, always growing. There are 6 basic human needs on this planet, right? Certainty, uncertainty, love and connection, success or significance, which are the 4 that most people live in. And then there is growth and contribution. And you want to live in growth of growing yourself, growing your mind, working on removing the limiting beliefs, understanding the natural spiritual laws that are instilled in all of us by God, right? That are inherent in us that somehow kind of got lost or buried due to life circumstances, programs, limiting beliefs from our childhood or whatnot. And so understanding that these things are in us. So our job is to grow as people, to learn, to stay in a state of awareness and go, let me ponder that. Let me be open to that. Because again, if it can happen for one person by following this and getting rich a certain way, then it can happen for anyone else on the planet. And that includes you. And so your success or failure is here. It's in your thoughts, it's in your daily habits, it's in your awareness or lack thereof of awareness every single day in everything that you're doing. Focused, intentional action collapses time, creates, manifest into your life the people, the places, the circumstances, the opportunities for this to happen effortlessly. So the way you look at this and the things that you say about this will create this. So if I've sat here and I've said, this is easy, that was a piece of cake. Oh my God, that's all we need. This is all we need to get to senior director. That's it. If I said those things and you went, yeah, easy for you to say, you have a network of people, or you have this, or you have that, or la, 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 you will continue to stay where you are, right? If you look at this and you go, well, it worked for her, that mindset worked for her. It's obviously working for, 50,000 plus people in my downline. It's working for other people too. Maybe I should adopt that thought that this is easy. Managers can be made in a minute, right? It took me 2 hours to get the credit cards and get the people into the system. I didn't know how to do it back then, right? Now I could literally do that in 15 minutes. But in the beginning, I had to learn how to put people on the computer, right, left, changing sides, all the stuff. And thank God we have so many people in our organization that are successful. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are executive director and above, thousands of people that are senior director and above in Team Evolve alone. So there's plenty of people that have been here that have done this, right? So the question is it going to be you? Are you going to use your mind map, continue to read this book? Because remember, I told you when I found out about network marketing, the company that I was in, which had over 400 products, tagline was pure, safe, and beneficial. Incredible skincare, which I still use their foundation and makeup and stuff today because it's really clean, right? I want what's clean on my face. But they said, don't worry about the product, use it. You'll figure out what the ingredients and all that stuff are later, as you're going to meetings or trainings or whatever. Your job is to focus on this. And it wasn't that they were saying, join our company to get rich at all. But when you got into the company, they said, this is a mindset. And if you want to be successful in this business and helping a lot of people get good, healthy Arbonne, skincare, nutritionals, right? If you want to help a lot of people get healthy, do you want to help a lot of people get healthy? They said, if you do, then you have to have the mindset in order to bring in all of those people that you're going to be adding value to and adding impact in their life. That was why they told you to focus on this. And so I did. I read this baby every single day. I wrote, I journaled, I highlighted, I starred, I circled, I underlined over and over and over and over and over again. And wrapping up, 9 months later, I knew nothing about network marketing at all back then in the early 2000s. But 9 months later, I was finishing up my school year, completing the year, and I was making $250,000. Still teaching, right? The whole time with a 1 and a 3-year-old, Don't remember much of that year. It was crazy. We didn't have text back then. You didn't have cell phones that had, emails or anything on them. You had to sit at the computer to do anything and meet with people in person. But this book turned my life completely into something different. That opportunity gave me so many opportunities, has opened the door for so many things going forward. And I look at Trey's life now and I think, God, that this opportunity was presented to me. Sorry, getting a little emotional. Was presented to me when I was 30 years old and was able to live that life that he grew up seeing and knowing and learning these things and understanding this and applying these things and even watching it unfold in him now at 20 years old. I'm so grateful for the journey. Yeah, I wish I would have known it when I was 20, but I was, 29 when I found out about it, so close enough. But still, you all have the opportunity right now, at no matter what age you are, no matter where you are in your life, no matter where you are in your business, you have the opportunity right now to add more value to more people's lives by focusing in on this and what you can do to apply these principles, these spiritual laws in your life on a daily basis. The people will fall out of the sky in your business, and it's going to be so cool when they do because they were divinely dropped there by God. There's no other way these people came into your business, made this decision, and have grown their business right alongside with you because it was so divinely ordained. And it's a sweet spot to sit in where I am right now, feeling such gratitude for all of you and for all of my team because of this all happened by alignment, right? By me listening to God, by me following the path, doing the work, staying that consistent, unwavering faith in my focus and purpose to help more people. And yeah, I've gotten rich along the way. And I'm grateful that I have because it's provided so many amazing opportunities for not only our family, but for other families we've been able to bless over the years. And I look forward to the next 20 years in beyond in LifeWave and all the things that we have to offer to humanity around the globe. So thank you all for being here with me. Thank you for joining me. Such gratitude for all of you for joining me on this 8-part series. I'm grateful for you, and I wish you the best of success in everything that you do in life. Thank you all.